Hello all, I'm Shalini and I'm here to orient my learning in class Architectural Design 2. We started our journey on 13th February 2020. To go about our design in this semester, we chose private investigation. Why, where, who, what and how we're designing. First, why are we designing? Since the existence of human, we have always searched for better lifestyle, seeking job, constant income and so on. As we move towards faster lifestyle, our farmers were introduced to pesticides. I must agree the life was easy but not healthy. To move forward in design, it did require a study and analysis through case study. That is when we were introduced to a local organic farm which is 35 years old, owned by couple Julie and Vivek, located near Mysore, Nugu Dam. To who life in 30 acres is 1. Part of nature as human, we have to respect it. 2. Concentrating on food that goes into our body. 3. To follow our dream. 4. To seek change as opportunity. 5. To get out of comfort zone to seek spark and spice of life. 6. To be autodidacts. And 7. To who organic lifestyle is the only sensible lifestyle. 8 was to leave the place better than it was before. And this completes my learning about Crackerdown Farm. Moving on to where we are designing, we were asked to choose site context of our own after studying lifestyle of Crackerdown. The site context were peri-urban, rural and nature. The reason for me to choose nature was I've always admired plants, trees, flowers, sunrise and sunset and simply loves to connect with nature. Nature provides serenity, beauty and calm. And I was curious to learn about the lifestyle in woods and knowing that it is completely separated from the touch of human. Knowing this I had to design to self-sufficient lifestyle could be challenging. Now moving on to the site analysis, the location of a site was in Ganalu forest near Malvalli Taluk, Mandi district and 300 meters away from the Ganalu village. Nearby facilities were International Airport Bangalore for 130 kilometers, 3 hours 30 minutes. International Airport Mysore 83 kilometers, 1 hour 40 minutes. Railway station 35 kilometers, 1 hour. Hospital 28 kilometers, 37 minutes. Nearest school 3.8 kilometers, 7 minutes. Bus stand 7.6 kilometers, 15 minutes. Ganalu Falls 4.1 kilometers, 17 minutes and nearest pharmacy 7.6 kilometers, 15 minutes. Moving on to the natural features of our site, we have trees, boulders, contour, river, mountains and red soil. Coming to man-made features, we have pathways, pump house and electric poles. In Sensory, we have best view at 7 am sunrise and at 6 pm sunset. The site also contains river view which flows towards north and mountains in front, which will remain green. On site, we can hear birds chirping along its migrant path. We can also hear river flowing in the month of June to August, which is considered has healing power. We can also hear pump house in the morning from 7:40 to 9 am. We can feel the wind blowing from northeast to southwest, and the texture of site is given by boulders, smooth and pricky plants as rough texture. After the completion of why and where, we moved on to who are we designing for. The family consists of 7 members from 3 generations: grandparents, parents, and 3 children. With the help of activity chart, we decoded their age, occupation, hobbies, quality of space required, and their daily activities. Coming to activities and spatial programming, under primary function, we had activity done, its users, and required space. In quality of space, we got to know what kind of space typology is required and the amount of area with furnishings. Storyboard helps us in illustrating different type of activities happening on different time. Not only it helps us in navigation of activity, but also the spaces around it and the users too. Forwarding our design to what? We had a shell top. To go ahead, we did a case study of home based on respect to site context. I studied Black Desert House by architect Olar and Pijik. The clients were Mark and Michelle Atland, and the type of building was residence, located at east of Los Angeles in Yucca Valley. Material used in building was aluminium, mirrored glass, and the plain cement concrete. The context of home was to have a minimalistic approach. Moving to design process, clients did instruct architect to build a house like a shadow. Cause in the sunlight in desert is often bright and the eyes only looks for resting place under the shadows. Organization of space was in linear sequence. The experience of navigation inside home felt like out in the site. They had a dark color interior for cave-like feeling during day. At night, the house completely dematerializes and stars outside blend to form an infinity backdrop. Detail of home like plan, elevation, view from home, and section. Moving forward to how are we designing, we were asked to pick up 1 point from each case study as objective. From Crackdown, I've learned after the usage of space, it should be better than it was before, something which is nature's beneficial. From Ramesh Kirkeri sir's home, I've learned a minimum or recycling of waste. From Rafiq Azam sir's session, I've picked up to bring balance between inside and outside, like sorting the space harmoniously with the nature surrounded by it. From case study 1, Black House, I've learned to give a minimalistic approach. From case 2, Palswada Residence from Tushar and Parikh Associates, I've learned to use locally available materials within 150 kilometers. Coming to bubble diagram, it is a graphical method of organizing space within a design. This is going to be purely understanding of building's functionality and how to make it more user friendly. We also study which space has to be positioned where. In order to do this, we need help from proximity chart to build it. This not only helps in prioritizing space but also helps us in learning how to access one space to another. The color is based on typology of the building, like public, semi-public and private space. Coming to proximity chart, it is the simplest form of diagram which illustrates the spatial relationship of the proposed building. It is basically the understanding of which space comes, what comes next to it or further away from the space and why. And coming to the methodology, we pick numbers. For example, where 1 is the closest and 5 is the farthest. This helps in prioritizing of space and it may differ from clients. Coming to concept for home, we did take a little help from animal architecture to inspire us. We did study about their home, how they construct, live, spaces in their home, materials used, etc. We chose 4 of our favorite animal. Australian leaf curl spider. Its function was to protect eggs and the material used was saliva and leaf and the structure was spiral and DNA pattern. Second one was American robin bird. Functionality was to keep the bird warm and the material used was first layer was made of clay and the second layer was made of straws and sticks in a sieving pattern and structure it had a bowl like structure. Third was termites whose material is mixture of saliva and soil and structure was mud tube and functionality it is known as nature's architect as it has taught us about air exchange system. Fourth one was red oven bird whose functionality was to keep the bird warm away from enemies and if abandoned they were used as new home for the other birds. Material it was made of clay, mud, straw and it was sun-baked and structure it was a dome-like structure. And in order to take my design forward, I chose red oven bird because it was matching most of my objectives well. In mood board, every picture speaks for itself. It might be the shape of nest, material used, how they live socially, the time lapse of construction to keep away from enemies. They build home on pricky plants and section of nest. Coming to the concept of design, I took forward dome structure in plan. As shown in evolution of plan in stage 2, I had to push walls in to allow openings and reduce the size of homeschooling and yoga and sit out. Reduce the distance between the rooms. In stage 3, mirroring of plan due to site context in vertical axis. Child 1 room is placed far to allow better ventilation and light in yoga plus homeschooling. Straight wall is given for bathroom in parents' room and child 2 and 3 to give better and cost reduction service. Keeping the concept in mind, I've moved forward for design development, where it was inspired by nature, its form, functionality, and color. After evolution of design, I have arrived to the stage of plan, where in entrance we have foyer, office, living, grandparents' room, sit out, kitchen and dining, yoga plus homeschooling, and child 1, child 2 and 3 room, parents' room, and balcony and garden. Coming to qualities of space, I did try and achieve everybody's requirement. Users of this space are parents for client meeting about organic products but mostly used by mom as she is a landscape architect. As shown in plan, this space is right after foyer only cause I do not wanted clients to disturb the family's privacy. Father wants to be alone for a while but should be with family and still have his privacy. So I have provided a space in living and extended sill from window which is calm and cozy and spends his time reading his book. Grandparents they wanted a space to spend time looking outside the farm before going to bed and wake up with view of the farm. So I've provided a space in bedroom where they can look at farm and enjoy their view and talk to each other over a cup of coffee. As per the activity chart, the family needed to be gather and discuss all the learning with the view of sunset. As per the requirement, I did provide sit out near dining where they can not only discuss their day with the beautiful sunset over majestic mountain, but also listen to music and have family activities and bond as well. Moving on to dining hall, it is located near sit out which have huge opening to bring in good ventilation and beautiful backdrop of mountains behind it. Coming to yoga plus homeschooling, which is combined, the yoga space has window opening through which we can achieve panoramic view of sunrise while doing yoga and also feel positive and better. Whereas homeschooling, as seen in plan, I do not have any interiors for this space, as believed that after doing yoga, the room and the mat used contains positive energy, and taking advantage of that, using floor and mat used is much better for studies. Space for books and mats is punched in wall. Child 1 is very energetic and interested in sports, so I have provided a space outside home to enjoy playing basketball and wall climbing with his other siblings and have fun. Child 2, she has artistic skills and very creative child but lazy and do not like waking up to sun. Whereas child 3 is too young for his hobbies. He accompanies his sister in artwork and do have green thumb like his mom, and he loves waking up to sun. As they are sharing room, I have provided a partition where child 3 can wake up to sun and it blocks the sunlight to child 2, and still her room is well lit cause of window facing south. Mother, she is a landscape architect and loves plant, and I have provided a balcony in her room supported by boulders below it where she can enjoy her morning cup of coffee on swing watching sunrise with access to her private garden. Site planning has helped me in understanding the levels on site, drain sloping, vegetation, views and sun angles. Detailing of plan by section, elevation and isometric view. When it comes to location of residence, I chose zone E contours cause 1 is to being able to make the most of the view. 2. The home on sloping section is always going to receive more natural ventilation and sunlight, which makes it more warmer. 3. Sloping land has helped me cover all the qualities of space required by the family. Advantages of having a dome. It is high on visual impact. It is strong and durable. Having a dome shape, it works on strengthen the entire structure as a unit and therefore makes the dome highly resistant to earthquake damage. Example, Japanese earthquake resistance home. Coming to principles of design, there's unity in material, there is visual balance in texture, the plan is asymmetrical, there is variety in size of shape and material, the design emphasizes on being eco-friendly and views and to fulfill all the requirements of family, and there's harmony in repetition of shape. Material used in building is cob. It is the mixture of earth, fine aggregates and straws. Flooring too is done with cob with linseed oil coating. Plinth is made of random rebel masonry. Some of the interiors are made of cob, for example, wardrobe, shoe rack, sit out bench, punches in wall to keep books, sill, and so on, just to give the organic touch. In conclusion, I would like to say that since the existence of mankind, we have searched for better lifestyle, health, and so on, at the time where nature has never failed to inspire us. Hoping that this design has influenced 5% towards better and comfort lifestyle for future. Thank you.